Hi, everyone. So I'm going to start off with the crown chakra bowl. All right, so the crown chakra connects with the energies from the universal source. This center enables us to interpret our Akashic records and our truth. A fully developed and balanced crown chakra can help us become higher functioning, compassionate, wise beings within every other chakra. So we're going to do counterclockwise to open the chakra and clear the crown of anybody else's energies, projections, destiny swap, all that stuff. Trying to take your crown. We're removing that. Now we're going to boost the chakra and build it back up. Okay. I'm going to use my sacred chime and then show my disclaimer. Then I've got to turn the fan on because it's too hot. Now I've already called in all of the proper protection work. Okay. So I'm just going to hold up the picture of my disclaimer. And if you would like a picture of that, you can screenshot it. Okay. So I'm just going to read the bottom part. By watching my videos, you are agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. I'm reminding the people watching about the freedom of speech and about my personal human rights. Attempting to persecute me in any form or fashion for what I channel from God and the Holy Spirit is a violation against said rights and this contract, along with being a violation against the First Amendment, which again is the freedom of speech. So any attempt to silence me will be followed up with by the Most High God. Treat others how you would like to be treated. Okay, so this is my disclaimer. You can take a picture of that. And then this is my protection page. And I'm just going to read the bottom. I ask now, as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on earth. I am eternally grateful for my favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray unto the holy presence and unto thy holy presence and meditate on your divine will. Amen. So this is the protection page if you would like to screenshot a picture of that. Okay. Now that that is over, all right, so moving on. This message today is about moving on. How do we move on? Moving on from what? Well, moving on from people hurting you, moving on from a situation that you were in, moving on from being cheated on, moving on from a child passing, a parent passing, a loved one passing. This is going to be about moving on from something. So there is something that God's going to call into our attention today so that we can become aware of it to then release it. And I think moving on partially is about detaching, and then the other part is about giving ourselves the space and freedom and grace to take the next step forward, not staying stuck and stagnant in that place of upsetness, basically. Moving on from loss. Okay, if somebody lost a home, if they lost a car, this is how we should treat moving on. Basically, what God is saying to me is that Do not ever treat having to move on from something as a negative. Moving on, always look at it through the eyes of source. Always look at it through the eyes of positivity, because you don't know what, like, you moving on from something that most likely wasn't serving you. That's why you're moving on from it, or if it is a passing, a crossing over of a loved one. Yes, there's no one that's ever going to be able to tell you how long to grieve. I just don't believe in that. I honestly do not believe in lengths when it comes to grieving. Now, if you lose a child, you'll most likely grieve about that child for the rest of your life. There will be some type of, so that's why I say, like, I don't think that you can put a time limit or time frame on somebody's grief. Okay. So be compassionate with yourself and be compassionate with others, but know that you're being called to move on, like, so that you can give that other person, if they have passed, grace. That person, if they loved you, they want to see you happy and doing well. They don't want you grieving over them. Okay. So by moving on, you're saying that you still accept life, that you still accept and choose to stay alive, and that you're gonna move forward. Not saying that whoever's crossed, that it's no for you to move on. It's not a betrayal of anybody else. Okay, that's, you have to do you. If you don't do you, then somebody else is going to try to do you for you, and most likely they're doing that anyways. We got copycats and weirdos running around here pretending like they're actually people. But, moving on from that which no longer serves you is more of what the Most High God's saying, and moving on, and excessive grieving doesn't serve you. Okay. But there's nobody that's going to be able to tell you how long to grieve for something. That's just a natural process that you have to go through. But know that when you're in that deepest despair of that grief, that the pendulum will swing the other way and you will come back into balance. Just know that. Don't ever doubt that part. Know that also, this is what Jesus said to me one day. He said, all suffering, no matter the severity of it, is passing. It's fleeting. It has to do with time. Like, it will pass. No matter how bad it is, it's going to pass. So don't give up on yourself. And that's part of what moving on is. It's like not giving up on yourself. All right, we're going to get into the tarot now, see what it is that you need to move away from. Or I said move away from, but yes, move away from, move on from. You may need to move. When I was shuffling the cards before I started this live stream, I think it's maybe the 7 of Swords and this Justice card had popped out. And so for it to pop out, so basically this is something that caused you to very much, what I'm getting is that, justice is the personal, in card of personal integrity and fairness. It says, take responsibility for your own actions. Every action you will take will have an effect. Be decisive. Move forward. It straight up says that on this card, and I really didn't know that. Move forward. Contracts, agreements, and legal disputes are resolved in your favor. If you have been wrong, justice is assured. So you may be a truth teller. This is what I'm hearing. You may be a truth teller. You may have a psychic platform, maybe, or you just have a psychic gift, whatever this is. But also you have, okay, so there was this thing called the Locusena. And what this was like basically the first written down, recorded rap battle that ever happened. And it happened between Loki and the Aesir gods in Asgard. And so it's funny to me because, wow. See, that one flipped over in a way that it didn't want to be seen. So we're going to have to talk about that next. But it basically was like the first recorded, like rap battle, somebody talking shit to somebody, basically. But what Loki was doing in the Locusena, he wasn't really talking shit to them. He wasn't saying anything that wasn't true. He wasn't slandering them and making stuff up. Okay. What he was doing was he was reminding the god, because the gods there was an oath that was taken between Loki and Odin, okay? That anytime that Odin celebrates, Loki is invited because of they weren't blood brothers, but they were, whatever, like taken care of by the same giant ladies. So anyways, so what happened was when Loki wasn't invited to the feast, and that goes against the oath, right? That or vow, whatever, same thing that Odin had made. So when the Aesir gods tried to deny Loki like a beer, and to sit at their table, Loki went off reminding, and he started going from God to God, goddess, God to God, like throughout the entire, everybody that was there. And he wasn't saying any slander. All he was doing was speaking the truth, reminding them, hey, remember that time that you were used as a piss pot? Hey, remember that? This is like the stuff that Loki was saying. So, like, yes, like Loki's like, you're always talking so much bad about me that I shouldn't be able to be here. But remember when you were a piss pot? Remember when you had sex with a bunch of dwarfs so that you could get some gold and some jewelry? Remember when you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, going off on what the other gods had done that were an embarrassment. And so obviously it caused everybody to be upset. And the only reason that Loki walked away from this shit is because Loki respects Thor, and Thor was like, Loki, if you don't shut up, I'm going to use my hammer on you. And so then Loki walked out, and the Locust then ended. But it was the first ever recorded like rap battle type thing that we have. Um, Clowning on somebody. Of course, Loki was the clown, right? The jester, the trickster, etc., the fool, all of those things. So, anyways, that's kind of my example of that. Of like somebody in the collective told the truth about to somebody about something. And so there's a woman in the collective, I do feel feminine energy, who is very offended by the truth, extremely offended by the truth, to the point where they're trying to actually, and this is just funny, they're actually trying to sue. They've gone to their lawyer, they've taken whatever they've doctored up, and they're actually trying to sue whoever is in the collective because they spoke the truth. Okay. First of all, you cannot sue anybody because they spoke the truth. Secondly, that's a break. That's going against the First Amendment. Anybody can say what they want, but here's the thing, if they make up lies and slander, and this is the thing, I don't think that you targeted this woman. I think that you gave like, that's why I think for some reason you may be on a platform, maybe you do motivational speaking, but you used an example and this person for something when you were speaking, and this person, this Queen of Wands in the reverse, took it way offensively because you nailed their situation, probably unknowingly, right? You would just like, boom, hit it on the head. And they didn't want to hear the truth. So then they're trying to dredge up a bunch of people and trying to dredge up a lawyer. I don't know how they would even so they attain the lawyer, but now the lawyer's looking at the evidence and is like, this person hasn't attacked you. This person was speaking the truth. What are you wanting me to do with this? Do you want me to persecute somebody because they said that they talked about somebody else in the collective being a liar, a cheater, or whatever? But that's like all the stuff that this person is doing. So like, again, speaking the truth and in a non-direct way. And even if you use this person name, like there are a bunch of there, like you can search, and I'm literally, this will be what the defense is. Like I saw, if this were going to go to court, but it's not going to go to court because it doesn't have enough, there's nothing there to take to court. But it's like, if you were to, this person's name is one of the most common names used. If you were to search how many people have that name, it would bring up lots of thousands of people, right? And you didn't even implement this person's name in any wrongdoing. So like, that's the other part to how they're not going to be able to take you to court and sue you over what you said. Okay. Yeah, that's a violation. And on, not only that, I see if they attempt to do this, and if anybody is crooked in the justice system that attempts to help this Queen of Wands, that you will be able to countersue them for violating your human rights, okay, and your freedom of speech right by trying to silence you. So you'll be able to countersue them for pain and suffering and for whatever disturbance they've caused on whatever it is that you do, that you speak to people. That's why you need to remind, like when people at work start to act all uppity and weird to you, you need to remind both, like, human, don't go to HR. If you've got a problem, go lawyer up. Human resources does not exist for human. The only reason that human resources exist is so that human resources, one objective in life is to protect the interests of that company. Now, if that company has done something against you, that is why they tell you to go to HR. They say go to HR and talk to them about it, and they're doing that so that they can ensure that the safety of that company, not so that they can insure you. Okay, they don't give a fuck about you. They care about their company. And that's what human resources is for. That's why it's there. That's why HR department is there. So no, you definitely do not go to HR and tell them your problem, because they are going to go find a lawyer to look at your situation so that they can foul mouth you or play it, spin it some way so that they're not going to be held responsible. What you do is you lawyer up, and then you have your lawyer send the HR department um, basically a reminder of your human rights as a worker, but also as a human. Okay, if you've been violated, have your lawyer write up a thing and have it. Well, I think that you don't even have to have it. What is it when you get somebody, you have a witness sign it? I don't even think you need that. Probably just this first letter from the lawyer to your employer will shock the shit out of your employer and make them afraid of ever trying to persecute you or any way. It'll make them clean up whatever the naughty business is that got done at work. Like, it will make them be forced to clean it up, because they'll see that you have gotten one step ahead of them as far as the legal game, and that yes, you went straight to, like don't go to HR, go to the police. If you were sexually violated or harassed, go to the police first and then go to a lawyer. And your company may ask you, well, why did you go to a lawyer instead of coming to talk to us about it? And then you say, well, this happened under your guys's watch. This situation occurred under y'all's watch. Why would I go to you when you allowed the situation to occur? And then also, you can get a summons on, you legally do have the right to get a summons on all camera footage that has viewed you inside your work environment. You have a right to all of the camera footage of you working there. Okay? So if they want to try to hide camera footage or delete shit or whatever, like, your lawyer will most likely do a summons on all of that stuff. Because if you've got a business, like if you work at a hospital, there are cameras everywhere. There are cameras everywhere in every business. Okay. So you have the right to ask your employer for your footage time of when you've been at work. And so if they try to and this is like going to help save a lot of people with their jobs. Okay. Because, people, like, in in some states it's a right to work state, which means the employer can fire, I think that's what it's called. The employer can fire you any day for any reason without any prior notification, without any warning. Okay, that's the right of the employer. Now and that's in some places. Okay, now in like California, that's not the way it is. When you've got a job, okay, um, it's just the opposite, basically. Like, they have to give you three physical warnings, three written warnings, and then they have to physically talk to you, okay? Like, before they can fire you in California. And that's at any job. Yeah, it's like so many verbal warnings, then you get written up warnings. If you get 3 written up warnings, then they can decide to fire you or let you go. But without that, they cannot just fire you unless you've done a crime that, like, unaliving somebody at work or some weird stuff like that. Like, there's always going to be that little stipulation of, okay, well, this would be the extreme. But I just want to tell you guys about your rights as people, your rights as a human individual. You have the right to feel the way you want, to speak the way you want, and to say what you want, as long as you continually stand in your moral place when you speak, and you try to do it from a place of kindness, which I do feel like some people do that. You know, you're not gonna like this is somebody that just wants to persecute anyways. Okay, this Queen of Wands lady. I just heard the name Amy, Amber, Suzanne, Vicky, Victor, Michael, Adrian. This indicates a woman. So again, when I say these names, that could be your name, or that could be the name of somebody that you don't even like. This situation for some of you could not have even happened yet. So could be a name of somebody that would be involved, or this could be your name, or it could be a name of somebody involved in this. Okay. That's all it's saying. We're not accusing anybody of anything. When I get the names, it's just, I'm getting names are just being channeled through. All right. I heard the name Vanessa, Heather, Hannah, Jerry. Okay. All right. So the Queen of Wands indicates a woman over 30, cool, frosty demeanor, classically attractive but aloof, plays games with men's hearts and feelings. This person will be unfaithful. This person is a cheater. Okay. Naturally thin and attractive without effort, self-absorbed and selfish, not interested in career advancement, works because she has to, controlling, manipulative, and vindictive. I just heard the name Jason as well. Now, the Justice card. So we'll just see, because these other ones came out. All right. So, yeah. So what I'm feeling is that this is the perpetrator energy, the Queen of Wands person. I feel like you might be this Queen of Cups. It's what it's feeling to me. Like, and what I'm being shown is that your cup runneth over. So whether you're a female or you're a male, again, take the gender out of tarot, because men can be in their female energy and vice versa. So this is talking about feminine energy, attractive, practical, romantic, emotionally honest, and devoted. So for some of you, you could be a feminine. Some of you could be a man who is just this way. Okay, the perfect wife and loving mother, a nurturing personality, kind, sympathetic to the feelings of others. She has a positive effect on your life. Also, for some of you that are in a work situation, this could be a hidden helper. If this is not you, this could be a hidden helper at your work, okay? 3 of Wands. Through careful planning or a goal or project long in your dreams will be realized. A new business or idea is assured. Anticipate obstacles and visualize how you will overcome them long before they appear. Develop contacts. Your exceptional leadership skills will be needed. Others consider you a visionary. Carefully weigh the risks. And then I am getting like my ear is tickling. And so I'm feeling like, I'm feeling like somebody hasn't been listening to the warning signs. I'm going to be right back. 1 second. I need to turn the fan on. Okay. Oh, it got way too hot in here. Oh, and by the way, the beautiful background sounds that you're hearing right now is the YouTube channel called Healing Vibrations. Make sure that when you're done with this session, you go over and get yourself a subscription to them. They have got amazing crystal singing bowl sound baths. This one is for starseed babies. So, Also, I do have a message about babies, and so I'm wondering if that's going to come through today with the theme that we've already got going. But somebody is going to be having a baby. So the Three of Wands, this is the Holy Trinity. This is you moving forward, being a visionary. Okay, that's to me when I see this guy in the Three of Wands, I see somebody who is like standing there and he's dreaming about what is gonna what he wants to do next, what his next adventure, right? All right. So yeah, others consider you a visionary. Carefully weigh the risks when dealing with people, okay? Then we have the Death card. Yes, this is absolutely a live reading. I only do live streams. So any of my videos that you come across, I have a few of them that are like music videos type stuff to help you with meditation. So there are a few that are not live streams, but all the ones I am doing now are all live streams. So yeah, you can ask a question at any time. Okay. So yeah, the Death card. Death doesn't always mean a physical death, right? But we did start with Justice, which makes me feel a little alarmed. Um, but death doesn't always mean that somebody's going to die. Death could also be death can also be just like an ending. So death is a natural process that we have, and it's like necessary for things to end, because if things do not fully end, nothing new can actually begin. Okay, just think about, like, if you were to have kept every friend that you ever had, every person that you ever felt close to, if you would have kept them in your life as a relationship, and at your life now, if you had kept all those people, right, instead of allowing a natural ending to just like end that partnership, you wouldn't have any room in your life for anything new to come in, because you'd be still consumed with the old. And I'm not talking about like parents. Like, obviously we have unconditional love for our family, and so, but if you are walking away from an abusive family situation, know that this is like for parents. What I've seen is that from when you're a teenager to when you're like 35, you pretty much don't want your parents around, right? But then after that, suddenly flips. And then you do want your parents around, and something's changed within the parents. A shift's happened within the parents, and a shift has happened within the children. And so they come back together. All right. So know that sometimes when, let's say you don't talk to your parents for 9 years or something, but then all of a sudden you're able to heal that relationship. And so that was an ending that wasn't permanent. Okay. So even when you have death in your life, it doesn't always mean permanent death, right? But if it is a person dying, then it's honestly, for me, when people die, and I'm not disrespecting the dead, okay? But when people die, I get to know that I get to actually know them. I get to know them much closer. Like, not only do I spend more time with them, but I get to know whoever has passed away in a new way, in an intimate way. And they're always with me. They're always here. They've always been here. And so I get to really like relearn that person and get to learn about their soul, And so, yeah, when people pass away, for me, it's not saddening to me, because I know that, I mean, it is sad. Like, it's sad to not have them in the physical, but I still have them in the physical, like within me and around me. Kind of like how Mufasa says the same thing to Simba, because Mufasa's like, I am with you. And Simba's like so confused, but then Simba looks into the water and pretty much sees his father. I love The Lion King. That's like one of my favorite movies, like growing up. Seriously, I love The Lion King. Okay, so the death card says a metaphorical physical rebirth. So yeah, again, this justice, like, yeah, rebirth, being reborn again, that could be very well through like like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but through this process we're doing now, because anything that comes up in these readings, we're working on so that the future changes. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to help you shift your future to something that you want rather than the way that it has been going. So by working on the issues and then now we're able to actually do that. Okay. So, yeah, personal growth through self examination, end of an era, put the past behind you. That's why it's saying to move on. Well, it's justice said move on. Put the past behind you. Fear of the unknown. Don't let the fear of there's always going to be that part of the unknown, but you need to know that your higher self knows everything that is part of the unknown. So your little ego, human self doesn't, and I'm not demeaning the ego. The ego is there for a reason. I'm just not for sure what it really serves the purpose of, other than deceiving us and tricking us into believing that we're something that's not of God, which is a lie, but whatever. Thinking that we are what our name is. Yes, it's very important for you to find out the definition behind what your name means. My first name literally means one who sees the future. So, yeah, finding out, like, and not the name, like your birth name. Okay. Because you influence your parents to choose that name. Okay. And so there is a meaning behind the name, and finding out what that meaning is very important, because it'll give you a little bit of information about what your higher self intended for you, your ego, to experience in this lifetime. And 5 of Wands. So this is showing me what is ending, what's death is coming for. And honestly, I'm feeling that I don't know if there was an earthquake recently, or if there's going to be, if this is past. So God, has this already happened with the death being released with the earthquake thing? All right. Well, there's some suspicious shit going on at the national park, at Yosemite, and then the Grand Canyon. All right. So there's something that's still hasn't been fully released in the earth. And I feel like it's an angel of death. And I feel like this reading is predicting that occurring, that being so. So it takes, okay. So I don't really understand how everything works. I just know what I see. What I'm seeing is like Yellowstone. That's the other one. Gosh, I finally found it. Okay. Yosemite, that's a national park. The Grand Canyon is a national park, and Yellowstone are national parks. Okay. There's some type of fault line that runs through all 3 of these parks. 1, 2, 3. All 3 of these parks, right? There's some type of fault line. Now, something in I don't even want to say in the ethers, but something in the physical realm has to do with this justice coming down. Is triggering this fault line to become like active or whatever. Like, I don't know if fault lines are just dormant, then all of a sudden they become active when an earthquake happens. I'm not really for sure. I know it's the sliding of the plates and stuff like that. But what I'm seeing is that something was bound in the earth. Okay. Something that has to do with death. It's a death something, like a death entity, a death spirit, a death deity. I don't know, whatever this is. But it's bound in the earth, and so this situation must have to do with the chosen or something like that, some violation, something happened, and now it's being triggered, and this death thing is being released, and as it's released, it's going to cause some type of earthquake ripple effect, like possibly. Okay. God, is there any, because is there any like is that a for sure thing? So there is a reality. There's one reality where I see. Okay, so basically, I'm seeing a bunch of realities where yes, it's a for sure thing, and then death is imminent, and this earthquake's gonna wipe out a lot of people. And there, I am seeing also, how we are looking for our higher self's perspective of the timelines. Okay, so I'm also seeing a reality where this death spirit is still loose because that's something that must happen, but it's able to be loosed without the devastation of these earthquakes. Okay. So um that could have to do with the 5 of Wands energy that I'm feeling. Well, that full pulled. So caution, you may have to resort to underhanded methods to get a project pushed through. Competition, greed, and lust for power. Obstacles, secret opposition to your plans. A rival challenges your authority. There is no easy way to do this. Arguments will be a part of every day. A frustrating, difficult time ahead. Hassles, bad luck, and nuisances. So that's... Yeah, 6 of Swords. I'm sorry, it wasn't the 7 of Swords. It's the 6 of Swords that I pulled before I didn't pull it. They fell out. Okay, so let me just take a look here. So 6 of Swords, see how this person's like fleeing? They got somebody in a boat and they're like trying to, leave. All right, so this disaster, if it does happen, could cause a lot of people to leave the areas, right? Again, oh, my ear just started ringing so freaking loud. Hold on 1 second, you guys. I can't do anything with that. Okay, now it's gone. Jeez. So yeah, the 6 of Swords, it says problems, unfavorable judgment, and a lawsuit. Like I said at the beginning of this, somebody had the bright idea to try to persecute somebody in the general collective, right? And their intention was to sue them. So maybe this person tried to take you to court before, and maybe like you could have just done no contest or whatever because this person was truly the problem, but nobody was seeing that. Okay, so for some of you, this could be a same person that's coming back again, like to try to do this shit. They want you to flee. They want you to flee, but they don't realize that by attacking you, by slandering you, by doing injustice to you, whoever's in my collective, divine feminine, divine masculine, it is causing death to be unleashed, like in a new way that we have not seen before. So again, this is why I always give people warnings to stop what they're doing. Stop betraying other people. Stop stop trying to snitch. Like this person's a snitch. Stop trying to snitch on people. Okay, this person in the collective is a snitch. They're always calling the cops all the time on people who they say they're their best friends. They will hang out with this person, then that person will go back home and this person will try to call the cops on them. This is like somebody that's, as far as I can see, they pretty much have a fucking spiritual lobotomy that's causing them to act retarded. But it is this Queen of Wands in the reverse. Okay. Somebody that she just thinks that she's better than everybody else because she's pretty, and she thinks that she's pretty and white and that gives her privilege and power over people, but it doesn't. Not even the black magic she uses gives her power over anybody else. So her trying to attack the Queen of Cups or come for the Queen of Cups was a bad idea. Whoever this Queen of Cups is being looked at like the Holy Grail. So you may have a connection to Mary Magdalene. And the Franciscans. Also, you may be a descendant of, because Christ, well, okay, Mary Magdalene was pregnant when she fled, when they were trying to persecute Christ. She had a child. She had, I think, maybe 2 children, 2 or 3. But with Christ, Okay, she ended up going to France. Yes, that's where they got the Da Vinci Code story from. This isn't, there's some actual truth to it. Um, so yeah, so this Queen of Cups is a divine feminine, has divine feminine lineage. Yeah, this is talking about the Six of Swords talks about somebody going on a travel by water. So somebody could be going on a cruise, something like that. I think that we're going to see what the next card says. Knight of Pentacles. So this is somebody that's under 40, works hard. His job is the center of his life, financially successful, patient, extremely focused. Traditional values of hard work and public service, ethical, conservative, realistic, and down to earth. This could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, follows through and keeps his word, underestimated by most people. So this is somebody that's on the side of collective? Yeah, so you have a secret protector, this Knight of Pentacles energy. They're either a suitor, like they want to suit you. And again, Knight of Pentacles just means it means, okay, knights are like heroes. Okay, so let's just say that there's somebody that wants to be a hero here. Hero about what? Well, there's some great amount of injustice being done, or the justice card wouldn't have been first. And the death card, justice and death, that's hardcore shit. Two of Wands. All right. Indicates growth in personal power and courage. You will command the respect and attention of others. Embark on a new adventure. Act decisively. Act decisively, but move silently. Okay. Research carefully before making decisions. New creative ideas are needed for success. Commit all of your energy to your new projects. So if this was a copycat trying to copy your work, start a different project. And then cut the copycat off. Don't allow them any access to you or to their life. Take away all access that they had to your life. The Hierophant. A Hierophant. Falling right underneath death. So this is definitely pointing a picture for me that there could be somebody in a religious institution or spiritual community or online spiritual community or whatever, like Christian group, not Christian group, whatever this is. This could be even witches and stuff like that. But there is some type of teamwork with the Hierophant that I'm seeing. It says, bend to the authority and do what is expected of you. Watch out for ethical conflicts. Choose the moral path. Your need for social approval affects your decisions. So the Hierophant falling up underneath death, that's not a good sign. So if somebody in this religious organization or spiritual organization was trying to persecute you or have God punish you for some shit, I don't know why I'm getting that, but they were trying to have you punished for something or have you cursed for something or persecuted for something or like shunned for something. Yeah, God has called down judgment and well, I haven't even seen the judgment, but God has called down death to this Hierophant. God's like, you're going to stop. This is what God's saying to this Hierophant group. You and your people are going to stop getting in my way. Because you work for God. Like I always remind people, I'm not working for the collective. I don't owe no human. I don't owe anybody anything. Okay. The only people I owed stuff to are dead. So I don't owe anybody fucking anything. And that would have been my birth parents, like a thank you for giving birth to me, right? Like they're dead. And no, you can't use that as a trauma to try to trigger me. I really didn't even hardly know them. So, fuck you. Whoever was just literally trying to write down that information so they can use some witchcraft on it to abuse me. Bitch, anybody that tries to fuck around on that, my parents were killed through suicide and separately, set different years, a whole and everything like that. That's witchcraft. Anybody that tries to play on some fucking witchcraft bullshit that went on in my family, you're going to get the sword of justice brought down on your neck, because God is not playing with that shit. This is how much have had to endure a lot of fucking dumb bullshit from people wanting me to take my own life when their life is really not worth anything. They've done nothing in their life to make themselves important to God. Yet I have worked very hard making myself important to God, making myself valuable, making sure that I do the right things, say the right things. So remember that. If a tragedy were to happen, God's going to come down and snatch up the people that were the most important to God, that made themselves valuable in the eyes of the Lord. All right. So this talks about somebody drowning in the details. Why am I feeling like this Hierophant group and this Queen of Wands snitched you out to this Hierophant group? I feel like this Queen of Wands is a snitch. She tried to use the justice system against you, and she snitched you out to this Hierophant group trying to paint you in a different way that you are. Like you're not that the way that they tried to paint you. Okay. So this is showing me that this Hierophant group has been fooled by this Queen of Wands in the reverse, who's just jealous and envious and stupid. And so, and yes, she is stupid, because anybody that's going to come up against somebody that doesn't even work for the human population, somebody that works for God. That's why when people don't tip me and they don't donate and they're really cruel and sadistic and shit, I don't hold none of that shit against no humans. I don't even hold it against God, because God's already compensating me in other ways, many other ways. Okay, God's always going to make sure that I'm taken care of, because I'm making sure that God is taken care of. As far as anybody else that tries to mess with my life, my finances, or anybody else in the collective, when you dedicate your life and your soul to the Creator, and that's what you're about, and truly that's what you're about, you're not just saying that shit. Like everything you do, I ask God, do I do this? Do I do this? So I make sure that I'm always staying on that narrow path of righteousness, so that I can maintain a heart that's as light as the feather of a dove, right? So that if anytime anybody were to call down justice or judgment upon me, then they would find me sitting in my position, doing what God told me to do, literally doing my divine purpose, working for God, channeling the messages that God says, revealing the stuff that God says. You would find me with a heart as light as a feather, doing the right thing with the right intention behind it. And so they can call judgment all day, but again, it's going to fall on deaf ears, because God knows me. Because God loves me, okay, and knows me. All right, so these two fell out. So this is showing me this Queen of Pentacles. So the Eight of Swords in the reverse shows there's a big, okay, your view of the big picture is obscured by something, and it's obscured by the lie this Queen of Wands has spun. Lack of clarity and direction, because this person has lied. Develop a strategy and stick to it. Research carefully. Radically new ideas are needed. New beginnings are possible, but carefully plan and execute that plan. New beginnings are possible if you excommunicate, cut off, get rid of. If this is somebody that you work with, whoever this Queen of Wands person is, if this was a friend you used to have, no, you get rid of that shit. That person is going to bring death into your life and more struggles, like straight up. There will be things that you never would have had to go through in this lifetime had you not been attached to that person, right? So we ask that all that stuff. We ask for we call Archangel Michael's already here. So we just ask that Archangel Michael and all the other archangels do everything that's possible. We give them permission to act for us. Our spirit guides, our ancestors, all of that. Do whatever needs to be done to separate the energy of the Queen of Cups and the collective, okay, and the Queen of Wands. Separate them. but again, so that this Queen of Wands can no longer steal the creative ideas and visions and stuff like that from the Queen of Cups, okay? We ask that everything that they were doing be halted and stopped, and then a reversal completely of all moral energies and anything projections and witchcraft. We plead the blood of Jesus, the blood of Christ, the blood of Judas, okay? The blood of Judas, the blood of Christ over this reading and over the Queen of Cups, because I know that you're in the Queen of Cups energy, right? All right, now we're going to see this. So this is a younger woman that has brought you up to a bunch of organizations with slanders and lies and blah, blah, blah. This is another person that works with that person. So if this is somebody from your work, this is somebody that you work with that talks bad about you. And then this is a supervisor, this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This could be a supervisor, or again, this could be a mother or related to somehow the Queen of Wands. So an opinionated woman, volatile with changing moods, narrow-minded and bigoted, unforgiving attitude towards those she looks down upon. And truly, this is nothing more than this person thinking that because she's attached to this Hierophant group or religion, that she is holier than thou, even though she doesn't even know God. She's about to learn. This Queen of Pentacles and this Queen of Wands is about to learn the real truth about God. They're about to actually have a firsthand experience with God whooping that ass. And they're going to learn God through the sins that they did against you. And this is how God is using you, my beloved, to bring people to the Most High God. The Most High God is using you in any way. The more people that come to the Most High God is the more people drawn away from the false gods and the false prophets of the religion. And the Most High God is going to intervene. So yeah, this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, who is unforgiving, who turns her nose up at people, who looks down upon others, takes without giving. This is a psychic vampire. Anybody that takes and does not give is a psychic vampire. Okay. Gives only when something is to be gained. That's another attribute of a psychic vampire and a financial vampire. She has a strictly materialistic outlook on life. Be suspicious of this woman. Be suspicious of this woman. She thinks she's above you, but naturally in the reading, it falls right on. She's right underneath you, not to mention she's in the reverse. So then the Seven of Wands, this is the energy that they projected to you, okay? Again, these two people are trying to use illegal protection against you, which is going to a Hierophant. Like, you haven't done nothing to these people, but they're jealous of you. So they go to this Hierophant. Maybe it's a practitioner, maybe it's a religious group, maybe it's whatever, something in the government. Then they spread their lies to this person and ask for the Hierophant person to pray so that these people are protected. Why do they need protection? Because they have unwarrantedly harmed whoever is in the collective, and they actually need to be protected from God. But again, this is the illegal use of the Bible. If you're just waiting for somebody to say one thing so that you can then take their name and plug it into some Bible war prayer, then you're abusing the Bible. That's not how the Bible is supposed to be used. So this Hierophant group who doesn't even use the Bible, like, let's be honest, they use a different book. Like, they're not using a Bible for anything. They're just making shit up. But whatever. They have the right to do whatever they want. I don't care. They have the right to say what they want, but when they say things that are untrue and they're dishonest and misleading on purpose, that's called slander and gossip. And that's something that God does not like. And so because these two women tried to use this Hierophant group to get a legal protection against you, thinking that you were going to, because this is their thoughts, because they attacked you in such a violent way, trying to send you death, to come for you, trying to put 5 wands against you, trying to get you to flee your property and run away. They really fucked up. Like, they so badly. That's why they think that they need protection, because of what they tried to do to you. And the fact that you didn't do anything back has got these people scared as shit. I mean, they could probably piss themselves. They're so afraid of what you're going to do back to them. You're not doing anything. You're going to allow God to take care of all of it. So these people need to be on the defensive. Confusion will be their greatest enemy. Again, they don't really know anything about you. So that's why they had to make up shit, because they don't know. You never let them get close to you to know you, because you knew these people were fucking serpents. Yeah, so you let others make decisions for you that are not in your best interest because you're afraid to challenge their authority. Challenge their authority. If somebody says some stupid shit to you, say, excuse me, but do you speak for God? Do you speak from God? Do you, what are you, is this a demon speaking? Literally be like, I rebuke the demonic force within you that is speaking to me at this time. I rebuke the evil eye within this Queen of Pentacles, within this Queen of Wands in the reverse. I rebuke you. 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 I rebuke your satanic bullshit. I rebuke your demonic altars. I rebuke your satanic worship. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. I rebuke you. Christ rebuke you and God rebuke you. Muhammad rebuke you. The jinn rebuke you. I could go through every type of spiritual being and they're all going to agree with me to rebuke these people. Nobody wants to be attached to a hater. So really, so yeah, this is saying that somebody will try to challenge your authority. You will live with the regrets of this action for a long time. Cover all the bases and give yourself several options. So this person is trying to come at you to cause you to be confused so that you're indecisive, so that you make the wrong decision, right? They want you to mess up so that they can have something to use the Bible against you for, right? But even if you did mess up, God's already because you are in alignment, you're working with God. God's already giving you, what you need to get out of the situation. I saw the name Eric and Erica. Real estate. So this could have been about some real estate. These people could have tried to get you to leave your property. They could have tried to do witchcraft on you. That's one thing that I'm seeing, to get you to move. So wealth, investment, and mega project, right? They don't like that you have real estate. So this is somebody that wants to literally take your home from you, and they think they're going to use slander and gossip and this Hierophant group, which could be 33-degree Masons. They could be Mormons. They could be evangelists. They could be, Protestants. They could be whatever. They're idiots that do not know God and have never known God. The last time anybody in their organization knew God was Joseph Smith. That was the one and the only. Everybody else is a freaking farce. And not to mention, the people in that religion had Joseph Smith unalived by another group on purpose, because they were afraid of his power, because he was actually connected to the Most High God. So since that shit, y'all have not had nobody connected to the Most High God. You have no gift of prophecy. You have nothing. Because you tried to change the religion of peace that he made, right? These people fucked it up. Let's just say that. And made it so that now extraterrestrial groups are the ones that are taking the souls of these people the moment they die, because of whatever binding agreement they've made. And then they're being put into robots in another realm. So they can't even have sex there. Who would want a life like that? It's shitty. And none of those beings are allowed to make human contact ever again. So that's also fucking suspicious to me. Natural disaster. These people tried to create a natural disaster in your life, yo. And no, there is to happen to your real estate. They wanted a natural disaster. Risk, frustration, and survive. They wanted you to have to survive. No, thank you. Okay? You want to try to create natural disasters, your ass will be taken out with an earthquake. They shouldn't have done that. Again, this is showing me they wanted to make you homeless. With the real estate, the natural disaster, trying to send a natural disaster to you to make you fucking homeless. Come on, yo. They want you begging, please donate to me, please, I'm so poor. They want you begging, homeless, failing, and casted away. It was exactly confirming the other stuff I was saying. All right. And God is like, are you little dipshits out of y'all human brains? Y'all out your minds. Because you trying to make somebody homeless that took out Gog and Magog, the giants that God has been commanding humanity to unalive and get the F rid of for a long time. No, there is a prophecy that got fulfilled by somebody in the collective. Gog and Magog are gone. Okay? God promised in scripture and in revelation and whatever that the person that comes back and takes out Gog and Magog, that God will give them a solid home no matter what, that will not be able to be tampered with a natural disaster, with a real estate, none of that. So anybody that helped in the war of fighting Gog and Magog and their disgusting little descendants, okay, that act like they're giants, they're like people that have Gog and Magog's blood, but they act evil and messed up. They're the ones doing this type of shit. Not only that, there's also other bloodlines, but still. Okay, so if you're one of the 144,000, then you know what I'm talking about the war of Gog and Magog, okay? And why you are going to be forever guaranteed a home that is actually safe. You will never be made homeless. These people can try all they want, but you've already helped in the fulfillment of that prophecy, and so that's been done. There's nothing these people can do about it now. Triumph. Exactly what I'm saying. Triumph, success, victory, and achievement. He's holding a trophy there. Okay. Yes. I pray that the Kansas City Chiefs make the Super Bowl 3 years in a row. To me, that's a victory. But also, this is triumph over this situation and over these people trying to manipulate real estate. So this could have been somebody trying to, like, you could have had a landlord that was using witchcraft against your home to try to get you to move or leave. Yeah, that person is being annihilated by this justice. Anybody that tried to bring a natural disaster, try to make a not natural disaster look like a natural disaster to make you homeless, it's not going to happen. So triumph. Justice. This is we have justice here and justice here. Justice, equality, neutrality, and logic. It's illogical. Okay. You are going to get justice. It is illogical for anybody to try to do shit like this to you. It doesn't make any sense, especially people don't even know you. They don't know what you're capable of, which is the scariest thing. Origin. Somebody's got an obsession and is upset about your origin, where you come from, the fact that you are a descendant of the Most High God and of Jesus Christ. Like I said, the Rosicrucians, the Franciscans. Okay, those are two different groups that had Christ's bloodline within them. So initiation, creativity, and vitality. This is your origin. Okay, where the land that you come from. So yes, when anybody tries to get you to move away from the land that you own, now if you rent, you do not own the land. It's a different thing, right? You own the space, like you don't even own the space that you're in. You're renting it. That's a different thing. But when you have bought property and you have land, okay, anybody that tries to steal that land from you and take that is engaging in destiny swap behavior, and there will be justice that comes about that. So you could have had this religious organization because of lies, because of these two people trying to work against you. Okay. I just heard the name Mary, Marissa, Clarissa, Josie. Reservation. Desire, worth, and extravagance. So other people were trying to make your property. They were like trying to reserve your property, even though you owned it and was living in it already. So you could have moved, or this could be the situation that is pressuring you to feel like you need to move, right? Honestly, if somebody doesn't want you around that bad, it may be better for you to just get out of the way, because the moment that you do move and you get out of the way and you go to another, ask God to order your steps and to get you a property that cannot be messed with. The second that that happens, a natural disaster is going to hit these people. They will be made completely homeless, and that is justice. That's a victory for you, and that is justice, right? And why? Because where they originated from was a big pile of shit. Didn't have no pile of earth there. It was a big pile of shit. That's where they came from. So yeah, these people were trying to reserve stuff, put into reserve stuff that already belongs to you. Desire, worth, and extravagance, trying to live an extravagant life off of what you already own. Nah. I do feel like somebody's been trying to stress you out. Calm, inner peace, simplicity, and meditation. That's how you get past this. You meditate. Okay, you choose to do something proactive about the situation. Meditating and reflecting on things is a way to really bring about a greater understanding. And then peace. It brings about peace, right? So this could very well be the calm before the storm. I mean, these people that did this Hierophant group, because they tried to help this person get a legal protection, has triggered whatever this death entity being is to be loosed in the earth, right? And it's it's being commanded by God to come for these people that were doing this injustice to you. So they really didn't do anything to you. They did it to themselves. Readiness, always be ready. Preparation, prompt, and arrangement. So these people are trying to always be ready, but I feel like you just need to always be ready for these people trying to destiny swap, trying to do something to you that is unwarranted. Okay. Just be ready for it, and then it won't catch you off guard when they do it, because they are going to try to do some type of sneak attack. They want to confine you. They want to get you afraid. They want you putting off a bunch of energy that they can then feed off of. All right, we're going to do one more of the tarot. The moon, of course. So the moon talks about your personal faith. The ethics will be tested. Okay, it's hard to think clearly. You're confused. So this is the energy that they tried to create for you, so that when they've been doing black magic on you, so that when they come forward, you will be in a state of fear, of confusion, of frustration, of feeling victimized, and you're not the victim. You're the beneficiary of that situation, because you're the one that's going to benefit. These people are going to take themselves out. And I seriously mean that all of this suicide spells, moon magic, trying to get you to unalive yourself, why? For what fucking reason? Like, if this is a landlord doing this, why are they trying to do that to their tenant? They could just tell their tenant to leave. Or if this is a real estate of a property that's above you, like if you live in a condo or next to you and they're trying to do this bullshit, report it to God. I mean, obviously God already knows about it because it's showing up here, but we call down righteous judgment and justice and death for this situation. Because the moon talks about bad luck for the ones that you love. These people have cursed themselves, needless to say, in every form and fashion. They've cursed themselves. All right. And it says fear and anxiety haunt your thoughts. That's moon magic. We rebuke all moon magic in the name of Jesus. We ask that the Most High God rebuke all moon magic, reverse it, return it to the sender, and end the blasphemy. Thank you, God. Gain, cultivation, profit, and conclusion. So yeah, be ready to gain off of this situation. Because for some reason I feel like for some of you justice wasn't served, and now it's about to be served in the most epic way. The people that did the injustice to you, and then along with any police that were involved, anybody in the judicial system, they're all going to be hit with this disaster called the death spirit rising out of the earth of where those national parks were. Goal, purpose, expectation, and destination. So don't let anybody know what your goals are. What people don't know, they can't sabotage. Okay? What people don't know, they can't slander. What people don't know, they can't abuse. What people don't know keeps you safe. Friendship, team, connection, and network. Okay, so this could have been a friendship, or this you could end up making new friends in this move that you're about to make, because this is about moving on. So you could have needed to move on from this friend that involved their mother and their religious organization to persecute you. Yeah, I don't care what the state is of this woman. This person is going to be unalived. This Queen of Wands is going to be unalived. This Queen of Wands may have, 4-stage cancer already and not even know it because of what they tried to do to you. This person's wearing a mask. This Queen of Wands person is wearing a mask. Your authentic energy ripped their mask off and they're pissed about that. All right, is there anything else I need to know? Memory. You may have memories be returning to you because these people tried to use witchcraft to block your memories so you wouldn't remember the offenses that they did. So that your memory would be cloudy, you would be confused, and you wouldn't know what to do. And clearly, that's not what's happening here. God's showing you moving on is what you need to do. Yeah, Page of Swords signifies a male who is under 30, intelligent, confident, and responsible, intimidates others, and challenges them. This is somebody attached to this Hierophant group that they've paid to stalk you and bully you. This is a stalker. They didn't come up in the reverse because they believe with their whole soul and heart that they're doing the right thing, even though this Hierophant group is asking this younger energy to be a murderer for them. What they're asking is against the law in every state and in this country. You can't stalk people and plan to unalive them. Okay. So yeah, them hiring very influential, somebody who's mentally damaged in some type of way so they can be really influenced into doing illegal activity. We rebuke every witchcraft spider, every spider of black magic, every monitoring spirit, every spy. Alliance. You are in alliance with God. And again, these people tried to make some type of alliance over you. That's how important you are. So yeah, we rebuke all witchcraft spells, all spider magic, all domination spells. And we ask that the Most High God break those spells and then break the caster, break their ability, stop their ability, take the power away from this Hierophant group, whatever tools they're using and abusing, however they're abusing the Holy Spirit and binding it illegally. Most High God, I ask that you bring death to that you stop that from occurring. Commitment, binding. What did I just say? Binding. Fuckers, obstruction, and contract. Again, these people have literally made a contract to come for you. Commitment. They are committed to coming for you. Well, God is committed to protecting you. So I guess we're going to see who wins. God's made you the commitment. Nightmare, suffering, darkness, and persecution. This is what they wanted for you, you to be in a freaking nightmare, and that's what they're going to be living, a living nightmare. They may try to apologize to you, but that's not who they need to apologize to you. They need to apologize to God. You're going to forgive them because you have a kind heart. However, God will forgive them. God's not as forgiving as everybody thinks. That's why people playing on God's mercy and forgiveness is a fucking stupid thing to do. Because God is merciful sometimes, and other times there's no need to be merciful or forgiving. God doesn't want any of these people entering heaven and becoming a citizen there. Okay? God don't want these people. That's what people need to realize. This whole life is a test. Okay? Somebody could have done water magic to try to get you to move. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus. We ask that all black magic return to them and backfire on them immediately, so that they know that this was God doing it. Yeah, so again, we rebuke all water magic. We rebuke all fire magic. We rebuke every type of elemental magic that could be used against this person's home and their real estate, okay? Luck. You're coming into luck. This is good luck for you. What just happened right now? You're going to get, see, God's always going to restore anything that the devil or any of the devil's children have done. And fate. God, good luck and fate. See this person with tarot cards, good luck and fate. Yeah. All right. So fate, coincidence, fatalism, fortune telling. So that's why I said at the beginning that you could have a platform or you could have a gift. Okay. That where you, oh my God, these two coming out together, you guys. This is showing me destiny swap. This right that she's doing and fate, this is somebody trying to destiny swap. So yes, this Hierophant group is in charge of trying to destiny swap. Now that we got down to the nitty gritty of it, they're trying to destiny swap on you, collective, and that's not going to happen. First of all, anybody that curses you like they have, like these people have sent hex and curse after hex and curse. So you're cursing somebody, but then you're jealous of them. So you're cursing them, making their life curse, and then you want to swap destinies with them. So basically, you're just trying to swap their destiny. You just inherited all of the curses that you were putting onto this person. This is why people that do black magic are shit for brains. There ain't nothing going on up there, ain't nothing going on down there. They're weak as shit. And on top of that, stupid. Like only an idiot would curse the person's destiny, curse the person, thus cursing the person's destiny that they're going to then go try to steal and live out. No, bro. Fright. Somebody is very afraid because this situation has them overloaded. Why? Because what they were trying to steal from you was your luck, your fate, and this eternal love that you have coming to you from God. That's what they wanted to steal. Like, you can't steal love from God, stupid demons. These people are retarded. And that's like me saying nice things, okay? Because you'd have to be retarded to think that you could steal the eternal love and eternal paradise that God has for somebody else. Well, you're going to steal the way that God feels about somebody else? I don't fucking think so. That, again, shit for brains. These are people that don't think. They don't think things through. They're all impulsive. They act really rashly and harshly. They speak rashly and harshly, and they don't take accountability for their actions, nor do they take responsibility for themselves. Nor do they think that they're the problem when they're the one creating all of the fucking issues in their life. If they wouldn't have done the injustice, the justice card wouldn't have showed up. They wouldn't have tried to steal your destiny and energy and try to be you. That wouldn't have come out. Right? I just heard the name Jake and James also. And Jamie. And then Lynn. And the name Juan. So yeah. All right, we're going to do one more of these. See if there's anything else that needs to come out before we do the angel numbers. All right, Knight of Cups. So this signifies a male under 40, romantic and calm nature, makes decisions with his heart, thinks carefully before acting and speaking, sensitive to others, well-educated, idealistic, persuasive, possible invitation or proposition. Don't accept anything. This is another person that this Hierophant group has consulted with to try to take you down. Okay. Again, they're only in the upright because they think that they're in the upright. This is the way that they're coming off to the world, right? They think that they're in the upright, but they're not. So how the angel numbers work is when you see these angel numbers, you're going to get confirmation about this reading. But also what you do is you take whatever you're doing, whatever you're thinking about, whatever's going on around you, you take all of that and like it was a math equation, right? And then you apply it to the interpretation, the general interpretation of the angel number. And then using that information, that's going to give you a personalized message from your angels and from your own intuition. So know that when you are seeing these numbers, that you are in alignment and that something is going on. Like, and you could see these numbers, not be thinking about anything, but somebody could be casting a spell on you at that exact time. And so you're just directed to get realigned, like knowing that you are seeing the numbers, you're connected to source and you're in alignment. Okay. 1221, taking the initiative. Change, optimism, joy, communication, messages, good news, expression, and high vibes. Work with what you have and it'll get you places. Count your blessings and acknowledge your dear ones. You will find inspiration and figure out a way forward. You might also, a way forward, moving forward. Yes, moving on. You might also be getting some good news soon. So yeah, you will be getting some good news soon. Honestly, these people that tried to push you out of your home and out of your property, and if they did successfully do that, if they successfully did make you homeless at any point, these people owe you a house, and God's not going to stop giving them bad karma and death until they do what's right and pay you back. Like if this is a stolen inheritance, they need to pay you back in full or start making payments to you to get the karma to stop. Okay. Because yeah, they're trying to steal somebody's property, their real estate, and do manipulative shit, doing spells on their property, burying shit in the yard, burying shit in the garden, burying shit, trying to attach things to the roof. We rebuke you in the name of Jesus. We rebuke you in the name of God. We rebuke you in the name of the collective. We rebuke you in the name of the Holy Spirit. We rebuke you. You are rebuked. You are uninvited. You were never invited in the first place. None of you had any right ever trying to use your spiritual tools and weapons against the collective. So first of all, I call down righteous judgment upon each and every one of you doing that shit. Okay. Should have never done that. You should have never tried to look into somebody else's future, because God's not going to allow any psychic to see the future of a chosen one. You're going to be misled and given fucking stupid information that you're going to then follow, which will then end up causing your own death. Okay. Don't play with God. God's smarter than everybody alive, okay? The Most High God is more intelligent and knows everything. So I don't think trying to play God, trying to trick God at this point is where anybody needs to be. It's respect God and then just follow his basic laws, you know? Don't all of the commandments, and then there's actually like 45 commandments, but they only had time to write down 10 or whatever. Thou shalt not rape should have been a commandment, but it wasn't. Okay. But still, that is one of the other commandments. It just didn't get written down. So stop breaking God's commandments and you won't be punished. This is the end of days. So for a Hierophant group that says that they follow Christ, to be attacking Christ in the world, because whoever the chosen in the collective is the Christ consciousness returning, by doing that, you're going against everything your faith says. You're being a fraud. Everything that they're frauds. We don't need no frauds. We don't need no frauds. "101, starting over." You may need to start over, moving away from these psychopathic people, because the moment that you move your sweet little ass out the way, honey, the moment that you get out of the way, God is going to bring down the reign of terror that's going to hit these people. But God's got to get you out of the way, out of the energy of these people, away from these people before God can do God's wrath on them. All right, intelligence, dynamics, and these people only got away with what they were doing because like they kept attaching themselves to your energy. And like I said, God is breaking that. Boom. Like with an earthquake, creating a fault line. Thou shalt not pass. Do not cross this line. Do not fuck up again. Don't do no water magic. Don't do no black magic. Don't do no spiritual manipulation. Right? You're going to be set free from these people. So spiritual development. Okay, happiness is linked to self-expression, growth, and experience. Learning from failures is key. Happiness is real, possible, and around. Understand its process and the pursuit of it. Joy is fluid. It's in the little things and in the big ones. Fails are fun and start fresh. Yeah. Don't be afraid of moving. Be afraid of staying around people that want to unalive you. That's scarier. And they want to do that through using witchcraft because they're too much of a cowardice piece of shit to come up and try to fight you or take you on. So they got to go behind the scenes and summon up some deity, again, going against their religion. God's seen everything that these people have done. Okay. Let's just be honest about that. Again, 0, 0, 0, 0, limitless potential, reset, relaxation, unknown surrender, finish line, success, and victory. It serves as a timely reminder that anything can be accomplished. If you can dream it, there's no reason you can't make it a reality. If something is in the possession of another person, it's also available to you. Be inspired by what other people have to go so that you are inspired and not in envy, but inspired to go get something, another, like in Dubai, everybody drives Lamborghinis. Okay. You see your neighbor with a yellow one, go get yourself a pink one. If you like pink, like that's the type of shit that I'm saying. Like you can have what your neighbor has, but not exactly what they have. Don't covet their possession. Go get that same possession for yourself from a dealer that sells that type of shit. Right. All right. So it's also available to you. Okay. But not for you to steal it from them, but for you to go obtain it for yourself. So try to remain calm. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Let go of tension and relax. Trust me, all the stuff you think that was things that you missed out on, that things that passed you by, you don't even realize the amount of suffering was in those things that you didn't see. So just be grateful that you did let shit go when you did decide to let it go. 1515, the big break. So innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. An opportunity, help, extra cash, or other support is coming your way. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. That's why I don't even trip when I don't get donations or tips. Like I don't trip because I know that I'm working for God. God's going to get me. God's going to make sure that God's going to work through people to be able to support me. I know that. Like God's always going to have it. And I believe in straight miracles because that's what I've seen from God, is God doing straight up miracles. And so don't think that anything is like something that you cannot obtain or have. You may not be able to have somebody else's purpose, but God will help you fulfill your own, whatever that is. 0440, the gut feeling, intuition, betrayal, pessimism. So because you've been betrayed in this situation, don't become a pessimistic person because of that. Don't think that everybody's out there to betray you. Honestly, use a pendulum, use muscle testing, and always rely on your first impression of somebody, okay? Because that's going to be the most accurate. Honestly, my first perception of people has always been true. And then even at the end of the relationship with that person, when we're parting ways, that truth that I saw at the beginning within that first 30 seconds of meeting them still is there. Okay. So like pay attention to what your body and your spirit tells you about people. Follow your gut. It's more than just a feeling. Be real with people. Okay. This also talks about monogamy. So increase perception, love, and monogamy. Focus on meaningful relationships. Remember, you also must bring value to the table. Treat others with respect, or else karma will bite your ass. 3 is a crowd. Don't let anybody become a third party. Honestly, you don't even need 2 people, just you and God. Nobody else needs to be like, and this is what I'm talking about. Somebody wanted to get in between your relationship with the Most High God because they hate your protection, right? They hate that shit. Make your relationship with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit the most important, the Holy Trinity. Make that the Holy Trinity of your life, and you will always be taken care of. You will always be notified of somebody's betrayal as they do it. Okay. Don't let somebody else come in. Like, this is somebody that wants to be a mediator. They want to be in the middle. They want to be a middleman between you and God, and between you and your projects, and between the Queen of Wands in the reverse, between you and your projects. This person is just a wretch. They wanted to be the middleman, the middle person in between your blessings that you get from God. Why is this person has nothing to do with your life, other than they're attacking it, which really shows that they have absolutely nothing to do with your life? Why is this person trying to act like you don't need no middleman? Go to God yourself. You don't need no middleman. Like, this person's trying to act like a middleman between you and God. I'm telling you right now that this template, this platform is the space for you to connect with the Most High God. It's real, right? So you can do it right now, and you don't need me. I'm just giving you this. I'm giving you the space because I've got the space, right? Within my heart of love, I've got the space to give you the space to do the same thing. So don't think that especially if you're into some type of weird spiritual practice where you have to go like all ancestors have to answer the Most High God. Every god and goddess, every deity, everything has to answer the Most High God. There is no higher than the Most High. So like if you're stuck in some type of spiritual system where you're having to get initiations done, and you're having to like go through somebody to get initiated and all this bullshit, stop before you end up ending your own life. Like, seriously, God will put you through an initiation that comes from God, and it'll be like that. Okay. Like, choices. You don't need to go. I mean, if you can do it, if you want to, if you feel called to, everybody can do whatever they want. But I'm just saying that it's not powerful. When you've tasted the real power of the Most High God, all this other shit, this low vibing, weird witchcraft shit, like, like Obia, all of that stuff still has to answer to the Most High God. And all of those traditions, I'm not knocking any of them, because I love African spirituality, and I'm connected to many Orishas. Okay. They war for me, but they know that they have to follow the direction of their source, right? And so, yeah, you don't need to be initiated into these weird cults. Like, you could be initiated by the Most High God, and then you would be in your divine life purpose. Okay. These other paths they exist to direct you back. So, like, if you didn't have the opposite polarity of not being on the path with the Most High God, and that's why these other traditions exist, to guide you back towards the path of the Most High God, or towards that. Okay. That's what they exist for. But again, people have been abusing Oshun's energy, and have been abusing these systems that were meant to connect with Olodumare and with Bonquay, and then people go and abuse that, and then the Most High God has to step in. 222, alignment. Okay, connections, friendships, romantic relationships, family ties, balance, life choices, compromise, commitment, and trust. How do you move forward towards your true life's calling? Do what makes you happy. Your enthusiasm is what keeps you going. Follow your interests if it's piggied by something. Following these roots will help you discover your divine life's purpose. So I wanted to say another thing about the divine life purpose. Whatever you love to do, that's in your heart, okay, you'll have a natural ability, a natural gift for. You'll be naturally good at that. You'll have divine abilities where your divinity is brought into whatever, even if you're like an illustrator, your divinity is brought into the characters you draw. So you have whatever it is that you're doing, there is a divine connection in it, and a divine power that's over it, that you exert over that. That's how you find your purpose's calling, by following the path of love and joy. Okay. And being good at something. 24, good times, leisure, rest, holiday, pleasure, love, affection, kindness, and happiness. So you may want to go on a vacation to get away from this stank energy. You are worthy of affection, leisure, and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you will find that you are all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. 999, release. Again with this one. So yes, moving on, moving forward. You've got to release something so that you can move forward. Balance, finances, success, wealth cycles. What goes around comes around. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you are experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? By moving on and letting go of the old. That's one way. All right. But death will come in and take away the stuff that you didn't need. In a positive way, okay, so that you can be freed up. Like I said, if you would have held on to everybody from your past, you wouldn't have any room for anybody in your present or your future new to come in or better, right? All right. Thank you guys for making it to the end of this reading. I really appreciate you guys for being here. I love all of you, and I'm always praying Psalm 91. I'm always praying. I'm always fasting. I'm always looking out for everybody's well-being in the best way that I know how. All right. So know that this situation was here to bring awareness, to bring information, to bring more knowledge, to give you some more comfort and safety in your life. Know that God is going to be with you the rest of the day and forever. Okay. And just pray to the Most High God, pray to the Holy Spirit, ask for guidance, ask for signs, ask to be shown what is the next step. Ask for God and the Holy Spirit to order your steps. And the next steps you take will be the most important ones, because they will be launching you into a new timeline, into a new reality, into a new version of yourself. Okay. All right. I love you. So does God. Please like this video. It really helps. Please share it if you feel called to share it. Okay. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you're notified of every time that I go live, and then make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that you are always being prayed over and well wished for. Okay. If you would like to leave a tip or donation, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for supporting me. I will be putting a PayPal donation button in the link in the description box below after this live stream is ended. So I'm appreciative of everybody that donates, like either way, whether you reciprocate the energy by liking the video, sharing, subscribing, all that stuff, hitting that notification bell, or by actually tipping me. And no amount is too little. Like even if you tip me 1 cent, that's still you entering into a contract with the Most High God, where God is going to make sure you have much more. Like anytime you donate to me, God is going to make sure that you have more money to donate to me. That's just how I've seen it personally work. So, all right. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next reading. God bless you. If you feel like you need to take a break or relaxation, if you don't have the money to go on vacation, take yourself out somewhere into nature, turn off your devices, and your like electronic devices, and take some time to just recharge that way. Okay. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Thank you all for being here.